Welcome back to the Real Life Testament. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button for me. Shout out to all my real lifers. Today, we're gonna talk about my childhood. I got a couple questions. About my childhood, how it came up, how it all started. Um, you know, like I said, I came from a bunch of siblings. I got about 8 brothers and an older sister, and I'm the baby. I'm the youngest. So me being the youngest, I got to grow up and see and watch everything that my older brothers was doing. And like I said, they was in the streets. So I wanted to do, like I said, everything that I saw them doing. And it wasn't like an overnight thing. It started at a real young age. I remember being like 8 years old. I broke into my first house with my brother. And that goes back into me saying like he was trying to teach me the right things, but he was also showing me the wrong things. And I still remember it like it was yesterday. We broke into the house across the street. He made me break the window, and we went in. We didn't steal nothing but like a little wind-up camera. And then we was outside playing with the camera when the police pulled up, and nobody knew it was us. And that's what really started like my criminal lifestyle. Cause I looked at that like, oh, if I can get away with that, I can get away with anything, especially at a young age. So one house turned into two, and two turned into five, and before you know it, I had done broke into plenty of houses in my life, and it wasn't up until I got shot, honestly, that I stopped going to people's houses. Cause ironically, I got shot going to somebody's house. But like I said, that's another story for another time. Like I said, I grew up, in a household, both parents, mom, dad. But from the outside looking in, you would think it was just a normal, sweet, happy home, but it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a father, but like he wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? Like he still did his little thing on the side. But being young, I didn't really realize that until I got older, and I started noticing like little things that he used to do. And I'm not going to speak on all that, but he played a real big role in my life as far as my attitude and how I view things and what I've been through. Because you know what I'm saying, he was a real good dad, but he was like very stern and very like disciplined. He demanded respect, and that was any way that he saw fit to get it. You know what I'm saying? So like it was kind of abusive at times. Like it used to get real bad. Like we don't have family call DCF on us so many times because he was so hard. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tolerate disrespect, and he didn't tolerate, failure, especially like in school. Like he forced me, he pushed me to make straight A's or A's and B's. And when I didn't, I get the shit beat out of me. You know what I'm saying? And like me growing up, I had like a lot of smarts, like a lot of brain smarts outside of street smarts. So he always tried to like push that and bring that out of me. You know what I'm saying? And like if I would bring home a C, I got my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like so my punishments like yeah, I get, whoopings or whatever. And I, get on punishment or grounded as some of y'all say. But on top of that, like I would have to do schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? Like I would literally have to write sentences, do math problems, read books, all of that because he wanted me to embrace that. But really all he was doing was pushing me further and further away because, you know what I'm saying, as a child, you can't really beat that into somebody. If that's not me, that's just not me. But he didn't see it like that. So all it did was like make me resent him. You know what I'm saying? Like we bumped heads a lot growing up because like I said, he demanded respect and I didn't want to give him respect. So, we don't fought. We don't it's been a lot of different things going on. But basically all that resulted into me being who I am today. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said when I got my first taste of the streets, my first taste of freedom when he wasn't around, I loved it because I didn't have nobody to fear no more. I didn't have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? And I was living with my mom at that time. And like I said, my mom was real cool. Like, she was laid back. Don't get me wrong, like, she demanded her respect too, but in a different way. She didn't, like, try to force that. You know what I'm saying? Because she understood I'm going to be who I am and I'm going to make the choices I want to make regardless. And, you know, like I said, I had older brothers and, they was in the streets, like I was saying. And I remember being in sixth grade when my older brother Gerard, he had got killed when I was in sixth grade. He was 22 years old. He had got shot or whatever. And I still remember that like it was yesterday. Because like that really like changed the whole dynamic of not just my life but my whole family's life. You know what I'm saying? Like after Gerard died, JoJo, like I said, my older brother I was living with, he heavily got into the streets. Like he was really, really out here after that. And me growing up watching him and watching JoJo, like I said, I wanted to be that. I wanted to be every bit of that. Because I remember, being a child watching my brother smoke weed and roll blunts and stuff in front of me. Different girls all the time. Like, he always had on nice clothes and, you know what I'm saying? Like, but see, he was toting guns and doing all type of stuff that I just felt like I wanted to have. And when he died, it was like I said, that like kind of like kick started everything because like that was so surprising and so shocking, especially being at a young age. Like it affected me in a negative way. Like you would see or hear the situation and be like, oh, maybe you should have changed. I changed, but not into nothing good. It made me worse. You know what I mean? And once my brother got killed, it made me think like life is short, so I might as well do what I want and live it up to the fullest while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I was in sixth grade, and I still remember, watching my family, how they reacted, how everybody was crying, how everybody was hurt, but it didn't change nothing. My other brothers were still in the streets. I got cousins that were still in the streets, so none of that changed. So as I got older, 12, 13, and I started doing and experiencing some of those things that he was doing, you know, like I said, I started gang banging. And I started gang banging because I met a group of people that I could relate to, that can understand me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were in the streets as well. So it made me feel like what I was doing wasn't necessarily wrong. And like, we built a family, we built that relationship with each other. And it was like an unbreakable bond. You know what I mean? And it was me, JoJo, I'm saying, all my friends. That's who we were. That's what we was about. And then when JoJo died, I was like 14 at that point, and that's what really set me over the edge because the difference between him and the rest of my brothers is, like I said, we grew up in the same house, same parents, mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? And he only 2 years older than me. But like I looked at him as more of that father role than the actual father that we had, in a sense of my brother taught me everything that I know. He taught me not only the street stuff and the street life, but he taught me how to read. He taught me how to tie my shoes. He taught me what was right and what was wrong. You know what I'm saying? When my parents wasn't there, he took care of me. He made sure we ate. You know what I'm saying? So like I've always viewed him as way more than a brother. So when he died, like I was devastated. That shit killed me, and it made me like turn up in a sense. Like when he died, I just went reckless. I was just there's no other word for it. I was just reckless. I didn't care if I lived or died at that point because I felt like the one thing that I was living for, the one person I truly cared about, was gone. So at this point, it was like I had nothing else to live for. Don't get me wrong, I had other family, other siblings, but none of them could compare to the relationship that me and him had. You know what I'm saying? Because we were out here together. We were in the streets together. We went to the same school. At one point, we were in the same grade because he stayed back twice. But, you know, so his influence in my life played a bigger role than my father ever could. Because with my father, it wasn't so much of respect, it was more like a fear. Like I was afraid of him because I was afraid of what he would do to me. And my brother made me realize that I don't need to be afraid of him. You know, but that wasn't a good thing either because it made me rebel and, you know, get disrespectful. And, you know, I tried to fight my dad, everything. But that was, like I said, that was the influence that he had in my life. Nobody could fill that place when he died. And I was just lost. I was confused. I was hurt. I was angry. So I took it out on people. I took it out on everything. Took it on everybody around me. You know what I mean? I really started selling drugs more, and now I'm really going through it with not just my enemies but his enemies, because like I said, I wanted to avenge his death in any way that I could, and I wasn't sparing nothing or nobody, and I regret that now because I was so young then. I didn't know or realize how that would affect my future. You know what I'm saying? Cause like after he died, like I was in and out of jail at that point. I basically wasn't even staying with my mom. Like I was in the streets. Like I was, you can say, homeless. I didn't have to be homeless. I could have went home and been a child, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to be a child. I felt like I was grown. I felt like I was living way past my age at this point. There was nothing my parents could say to me, nothing, nobody, nothing. If you weren't like my friend, nothing you said mattered to me. Because like I said, I feel like those was the only people that understood or could relate to me. You know what I mean? And I can't even say I regret it because I don't live life with regrets. But I do wish I would have made better choices. Because like I said, I was real book smart. I could have been anything I wanted to be. I could have went to school and, you know, been a doctor or a lawyer or anything, a judge, anything I wanted to be. But I didn't want that. I wanted to be in the streets because it looked good. It looked cool. You know what I mean? Like it was enticing. It was exciting. When I grew up, I used to see the dope boys, you know, riding in, you know, the donks, the rims, and the nice cars with the paint on them, and all the girls, and everybody respect them when they see them, and you know what I mean? Like all that was something that I just fell in love with. And again, like I said, I just wish I would have made better choices, man. Cause looking back at my life, like it was so much that I could have done. It was so much more to life than the neighborhood that I come from, and I didn't realize that. Like I said, being a child, all I had was the siblings, and they were all older than me by a whole lot, you know, except JoJo, obviously. But so, like, I didn't have nobody else to relate to. I didn't have nobody else to talk to. So I just did what I knew best and what I thought was the best. But looking back, like I said, I could have just did way more. But it's not over. You know what I'm saying? I look at life now as that was a learning experience, and I've learned from it. And it made me into the man that I am today. Because without going through all that, I don't know where I'd be at right now, if I'm being honest. And but there was a lot of good in that too. Even in the negativity, there was good in it. Like I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like about life, period, and how it works. And that's why I say everything you do will eventually come back to you. I can't even count how many times I've broken somebody's house, or how many times I've robbed somebody, or and I used to think like, oh, it'll never happen to me. Nothing will never happen to me until it happened. And at first I used to question and wonder like, damn, why? Until I really sat down and thought about like I did a lot of wrong to a lot of people. And you know, I had to sit down. I had to sit back and really analyze it because I was going down a path that wasn't going to lead me nowhere but two places, and that was either dead or in jail. And ironically, I ended up going through both. I died the night I got shot and went to jail when I got out the hospital. So it's like everything that my mom used to say all the time, like, stop breaking in people's houses. Somebody gonna shoot the shit out you one day, and it ended up happening. And that's why I said a hard head make a soft ass, because there was people in my life telling me, to do the right thing, but the people that were telling me, I didn't respect them. I didn't care. I didn't, nothing they said mattered to me. Like I said, if you weren't my brother or my friends, nothing you said mattered to me. And I said all that to say this, you know, for the kids watching this, I just hope that you really sit and think about the future consequences to your choices. Like my dad always used to say, life is based on choices and consequences. And like I said, I had to learn that the hard way. Every choice has a consequence. Every action has a reaction. So if you're going to do something, really think about it and think it out of all possibilities and outcomes. Because I never would have thought this could happen to me. But look, it did. You know what I'm saying? And lesson learned. And I thank God that I went through what I went through to get me to where I'm at now. And yeah, basically I just wanted to just reflect on that. There's a lot more detail and things I can get into, and I'll do that in later videos. But I just wanted to give y'all, a brief history of how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope that whoever watching this video, I hope that you take heed to what I'm saying. Because like I said, a hard head make a soft ass. So if you can't learn from me, you need to find something to learn from before it's too late. But y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Help me support, grow the channel. And like I said, shout out to all my real lifers. Y'all have a blessed day.